Hello? I should always know it's me, not Dennis. How are you? Good. Okay. Can you be my helper this morning? Okay. I need you to stand up. Do you think you can hold my jar of water with one hand? Okay. 2 hands will be good. Can you do 1 or 2? 2. Okay. You want to hold it up there so you can show everybody what you have? So this morning, what's your name? Aiden. Aiden? Did I say that right? Okay. So Aiden this morning has for me a jar of water. Hold it right up there so they can see. Ta-da! A big mason jar full of water. Does anybody want to guess how heavy or how much that weighs? Any guesses? 100 pounds. I think it's a little less. 100 pounds. Yep. Not 8 ounces, maybe 20 ounces. Actually, it doesn't really matter how much it weighs. It just matters how heavy it feels. Because the longer you hold that jar, the heavier it's going to get. So Aiden can hold it for a couple minutes and it won't be a big deal. If Aiden was to hold it for an hour, your arms might start to ache up in there. Yeah. If I made Aiden stand here for a day, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to make you stand here for a day, I would think your arms would start to feel a little paralyzed and you wouldn't be able to think of doing anything. Right? So if I had other kids here today, I would say, how do you think that we could help Aiden? And hopefully one of them would have said, I can do this. And I would help Aiden hold up the jar. I could also do this. Aiden, I'll take your jar. And now you can sit down. And I'm going to hold your jar for a while. And then your arms can rest and you can feel okay. Can you take the lid off of that for me? So I'm going to pour a little bit of mud into our water. There we go. You can put the lid back on too. I'll put that part on, thank you. And then you screw that one back on top, just so that if I spill it, it doesn't pour all over the carpet. Okay, so I'm going to hold it back up. So our jar is filled with mud because our lives have worries and concerns and things that make life kind of hard to deal with. I kind of lost my track. Give me a second here. So what we need to do, because of my story that I was doing, it was like just put down your water, right? The things that we worry about for 1 hour probably doesn't affect us so much. The things that we worry and stress about for a day starts to hurt. And the things that we worry about and stress about over a month or over a year make us feel paralyzed and that we can't do anything about it. So the end of the story that I was reading online just said, you tell people to put down your water. But we know that life is harder than that, because if all we had to do was put down a glass of water to symbolize our worries, then we would all be able to do it. And I think what happens, and what I have learned, is that when we focus and concentrate on the things that stress us out in our life, whether we have control or not, it becomes a superhighway in your mind. So that when you want to go back and revisit that thought, that story, that experience, you have gone there so many times, it's no longer a dirt path in the woods. It's a 4-lane highway that's nice and smooth so you can get to that thought and experience lickety-split. And so what I have learned is the goal is to let that highway go back to nature, let it be covered with weeds and flowers, so that if you ever need to go back there, it's this little dirt path that you're going to have to wind your way around, rather than that super highway to get there. And so what I have learned are some of the ways to help me do that. So the first one is we need to breathe, because a lot of times we're just so stressed up, and it all kind of comes back to learning the breath. So I need you to help me today. We're going to breathe in a square. Have you ever heard of that before, how to breathe a square? It's very easy, and we're going to make everybody do it with us, so it's not just us. So everybody take a deep breath and go, ah. One more time, a big one. Tell your body it's time to relax. Okay. So everybody can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to breathe in to the count of 4, and at the top of a box, we're going to hold it for 4, and gently breathe out for 4, and hold it for 4. Can we do that? Yeah, well, we're going to try. Okay, so everybody, we're going to breathe in to the count of 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And gently out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty basic. That's called breathing in a square. It helps us just settle our thoughts and settle our breathing. But sometimes when you're breathing, you're like 1, 2, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, what did I have to do this afternoon? So we need to keep our mind busy, because even though we're breathing, the mind is still doing its monkey thing, jumping all around. So you can think of something like this and breathe with me, and I will say the kind of mantras I would use. Mantra is just a fancy word for things I'd say in my head. So here we go. We're going to breathe into 4. 1, all is well. 3, 4, hold it. I am at peace. 2, 3, breathe out. All is well. 3, 4, and hold it. I am at peace. 2, 3, 4. So you could do that a few times a day. You could do that at bedtime to help calm your brain and all that kind of running around up in there. And so that's just one example. Another example was having somebody else hold up your jar, which may mean you have to ask for some help from somebody that you trust and that you love. So that's my story for today. Thank you for coming up to help me. Can you sit with me while I do my closing prayer? Okay. You have to point your eyes first. I'll get your boot when we're done. Ready? Point your eyes. God be in my eyes and in my seeing. God be in my ears and in my listening. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my heart and in my loving. Amen. Hello?
I would like to call on the representatives from the Downtown Mission and the Harrow Food Bank. I don't think he's here today. Is he here? Oh, no, that's Ron from the paper. On behalf of our Sunday School program and the Congregational Life and Work Committee, we worked really hard this year over the Advent season. We were hoping to feed 100 people through your $3.11 mission project. And I'm very happy to announce, with the help of the congregation, we raised $1,190.22, enough to feed 400 people at the mission. So, thank you.
I just wanted to say a quick thank you, hopefully quick, to everyone here at the United Church. You may or may not know that the United Church actually started the Downtown Mission many years ago, over 40 years ago. It was started by the United Church. And I remember being this little, and we had to go to Sunday school and church every Sunday. And I remember asking my mom, why do we have to go to church every Sunday? Because some of my friends got to watch cartoons and that. And she said that basically during the week, you know, you get worn down by all of the bad news and all the hard stuff that you're dealing with, the mud and the water. And on Sunday, we get to come into a room with a bunch of people that believe in loving your neighbor as yourself. And we all believe the same thing, and we all get recharged, and we all go back out into the world for the week to go and love our neighbors as ourselves and hopefully have a little less mud in that jar. So I just wanted to promise you all that I'm going to take this gift back to the mission and love your neighbors for you, and make sure that they're all fed this week. And I thank you so much for starting the Downtown Mission.